Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to a finisher flashback. And we're live. We are back one final time before our break for a finisher flashback.
Y'all showed up just in time to just miss disaster over here as I almost went flying into the wall.
That would have been great.
No one would have known. No one would have seen it, so...
Oh, man. Should have came back sooner. Damn it. Oh, well. Welcome to the finisher. Today we are reacting to a flashback of 1996 in your house, Buried Alive. This is the first Buried Alive match? Is that what you said?
This would have been the first Buried Alive match, yes. Not a... I don't think we're going to see anymore.
I don't think so either.
It doesn't make... it really doesn't make any sense anymore to have these.
The one person I could see doing it is The Fiend or The Fiend or Aleister Black.
Maybe. I would actually, if anyone were to take up the mantle of the casket match from here on out, I think it might be Aleister Black. I'm with you. I could see The Fiend do it, but at the same time, it's also, if you know anything about the construction of this or know anything about how this match came together or how this match was actually done in production-wise.
Before we get into that, hang on. Before we get into that, let's let them know. Let's get you go ahead. If you want to go into the network, the WWE network, pull up 1996 in your house, Buried Alive, and go ahead and get 5 seconds in and hit pause. And we'll count down. We'll do a 5-second pause, and we'll all hit play together and watch it together. So I just want to make sure everyone knew that before and give you time to go ahead and tell about the match.
Right. So, yeah, when you come up, you get a giant old WWF logo in the old intro, and that's how you know you're good to go 5 seconds into this show. So, yeah, let's give you a quick rundown of what exactly we're going to see besides The Undertaker and Mankind in the first ever Buried Alive match.
Yes.
We will also see 2 championships on the line as Owen Hart and the British Bulldog will defend the tag titles against the Smoking Guns, and Mark Merrill will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Goldust. And filling us out, Psycho Sid and Vader will go to war. And another bit of a historical note here, one of the first pay-per-view confrontations between Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, this is the Hunter Hearst Helmsley that did the whole bow thing and everything.
This is right, not Triple H, this is Hunter Hearst Helmsley. This is Paul carry my bags because we're still punishing you for the garden. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
All right, so you've got the card rundown. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and give you a 5-second pause. So whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and hit play. When we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, round 1, we'll play. So let's do this. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're good to go. Here we go. This is back when it's WWF, before the F was gone. Before.
There's a lot. There's to say way before.
Way before.
That's before we even got the scratch logo. There's a ton of stuff there.
Oh, yeah. Get that voice of Mankind, though.
The screechy.
Yeah.
It's very rude to call someone while they're doing something live. It really is. So yeah, sorry, the buzzing is me.
Sony's PlayStation.
Don't let me stop you. I'm going to have to play catch up here.
Fireworks just went off. The rip casket just went up. Just opened up, said buried alive, Madison Square Arena.
I'll let you know whenever I finally actually unfreeze, so.
I am at 1 minute 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
Keep. Never mind, I'll keep fast forwarding.
Oh, sorry, you may pause it.
Start counting.
2 minutes even.
And I need a little bit more. I fast forward ahead of you. I need your time mark.
Oh, 2 minutes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Fixed.
12.
Now, if my connection just won't suck again, we'll be perfectly good.
Oh, here's Hunter. I like this. I like the entrance.
I want to say the original, like the Buried Alive, or not the Buried Alive. I want to say this is one of the first in your houses to depart from the house setup.
Yeah.
You know, if you were watching with us for NXT in your house, almost 2 months ago, so how they kind of had the weird, like the front door and all that kind of stuff. That was legit the setup with the screen in the window, and they deviated from that a little bit here. I went back to it and then would deviate again before the end of the official in your house runs.
Gotcha.
I guess I can reiterate a few things as we're waiting for
Hunter's slow entrance.
just to get in the damn ring. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of an in-your-house show, this was the result on the expansion on the pay-per-view calendar. WCW started doing it in '95, where they started doing more than just 4 pay-per-views or 5 pay-per-views. The WWE followed and filled in the gaps in their schedule between the Big Four and King of the Ring with in-your-house shows. The idea is
Gotcha.
they were shorter pay-per-view, so tonight's show is only going to be just about 2 hours.
Nice.
5 matches, and they were cheaper. They were much cheaper at that point. I think your 4 major pay-per-views were either $29 or $39.99, and these were only $19.99.
Nice.
So a lot of times, and if you go back to thefinisherpodcast.com, scroll down a little bit farther and go back through the In Your House Chronicles that I have posted up there, as I reviewed every single event and told you which matches are worth your time. I comment a lot that a lot of these shows were kind of like Payback. Not really feud enders except for minor feuds.
Yeah.
Just kind of stringing things along to the next major show.
Here comes one entrance, one music that it doesn't matter where you are. When you hear that glass shatter, there's a pop.
Was there in 1996 though?
I thought I heard it.
You have the audio. I don't.
I know. I thought I heard it. I could be wrong. I love it. Yes. It's the best.
Shawn Michaels fan does not think. She does not believe Steve Austin is number 1.
Is that Tim White?
I missed it. Probably.
Who's that?
Some woman. You remember at this point, Triple H was bringing basically a new escort to bring to the ring every single night.
Man, that's a young JR.
That is
a young Vince.
There is a youngish Vince, yes. Oh, that's right. This is the show, and I don't know if this was actual technical difficulties or storyline to finish turning JR heel, because that always works.
Yeah.
You actually hear JR come in and out for most of these first two matches because
Yep.
he's had difficulties with his headset.
Could it be Retribution?
No.
Starting early. I'm gonna guess some of Retribution wasn't even born at this moment.
I was gonna say a chunk of the people in mass were like 3 when this show happened. So there's your bow. Now here's the other interesting thing. You watch Steve Austin if you came to know Austin in the Attitude Era because of his feud with, he's going to go get that one guy out front. He's going to have some issues with the entire match.
I love it. I love
Indianapolis' finest. But apparently, this guy has issues with both of them. So technically, it's a heel versus heel match.
I just love the fact that they react with the fans, and it's so much fun when they do react.
But take a look at Austin. No knee braces. This is before the neck injury. That's another year before he'd have his neck broken at SummerSlam. You will see a different Steve Austin than you're used to if you have grown up with him as in the Attitude Era.
Was it the stunning Steve Austin?
See, well, he was stunning Steve Austin back in WCW.
Yeah.
Yes. He had hair then too. You want to talk about a jarring sight, like when we talked about Kurt Angle with hair.
It's seeing Stone Cold with hair.
Last week, you see Stone Cold with long blonde hair.
Now, we've talked about it before. Daniel Bryan, when William Regal came out and Daniel Bryan had him play he's a man's man.
Yes.
I think it's funny if someone were to do that with Triple H. The game's music hits. He's halfway down the ring, and then the little Hunter Assembly music starts playing. I think it'd be funnier than hell.
It's got to be the original, like chamber music sounding thing.
Like,
I'm not saying I wouldn't laugh. I'm just saying.
I would laugh. I would enjoy it.
I'd laugh. I'd bust on it.
And we think, all right, is Triple H is he gonna bow? He'd have to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He'd have to break kayfabe and bow.
Probably won't happen until his Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, which he's, as far as I know, he's done. That's a nice strike. Nice slap across the face.
It's interesting to look at just what they've actually done. To be fair, not much. A lot of walking and talking.
Yeah. And arguing with the fans.
Argue with the fans. Argue with Tim White.
Well, we have ring post pyro because I saw it taped to the ring post.
And there are actual posts in the ring, and they were always like that. That doesn't mean that someone's going to come out and like Sid and Vader are going to do a suplex, and it's gonna collapse.
Yeah. I think you should always have ring posts, not the screens. Screens are just in the last few years, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. It started being a thing. Yeah, This is all. I mean, if you really look at it, this is all really basic stuff.
Basic moves. Oh yeah.
You wouldn't expect it from these two guys, but this is a paint by numbers kind of opening match. There were no dark matches, from what I understand, before the pay-per-view went live.
Really?
But there were two after.
Gotcha.
Which regales the Mick Foley story, which I told about the Al Snow joke a little while ago. That they go off, they do the whole buried alive thing. The match ends. I won't spoil it yet if you haven't seen it, just in case. the pay-per-view goes dark, arena lights come back up, and here come the new Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Al Snow. So for the first time in my life, I was the opener for Al Snow.
I love Mick.
Thus far, pretty standard match, and part of me is wondering how much of this whole thing has been they were just told to go out like, hey, we need X number of minutes, make it simple, don't have to do a whole ton of things,
Don't hurt yourself.
don't hurt yourself, don't
Basic.
just walk through the motions because the storyline is going to be over here on the headset. But if you think about it,
Jared's like, do you have buttons over there? You're pushing McMahon to do this? Are you having fun?
Yep. And less than 2 years from here, both of these guys would be main event players and in some of the biggest roles in the industry. And here they are, just curtain jerking on a random B pay-per-view. You really want to get an interesting leg on that. You go forward from this, the next pay per view is Survivor Series '96, and that's when Rocky Maivia makes his debut.
Ah.
Then we'll watch either the December or the February in your house pay per views, and look at this kid who'd been in the business less than a year. He just debuted on pay per view, and this is going to be within 18 months the biggest star in the business. And a Hollywood actor and one of the most recognizable stars in Hollywood. And here he is in 1996 as an almost unbearable smiling babyface. I feel like we've just been telling stories. I haven't really been focused on the match. It's pretty basic right now. Triple H has taken over, but we haven't really. They haven't they haven't done anything wrong. Nothing bad here. It's just standard. I think this might be the first unique thing that they do, and there's the knee.
Fix that later.
What are you breaking over there?
My pop filter came off.
Ah.
So I just finished taking it off.
That's pretty much the attitude we've always had. Like, if these things are broken, let's just finish breaking them all the way. We'll fix it later.
Pretty much. So now I got some popping going on.
You definitely work on your plosives.
Definitely got to be careful with my P's.
Yes, you do.
And my B's. Oh, poor JR.
There's a joke about the D, but I just can't get the balance.
I was gonna say something, but I let it go. But you had to bring it up, and boom.
I didn't say anything, actually. I let it go. I was like, you know what? It's there. I don't feel like finishing the thought. And another rest hold. Like, we haven't really done a whole ton here, so.
Oh, got out of it. Oh, now Stone's got a sleeper in. It's gonna happen here. Yep.
Roll through. There's an
sleeper to sleeper to sleeper.
And a jaw. Nice flare bump.
Yeah. I think there's one of Triple H's over exaggeration that I always laugh at when I see it, and it's. You okay there? And it's him and Shawn Michaels tagging, and he's stumbling, and Shawn's like,
Flare bump.
It cracks me up every time I see it online or anything. I make sure I just watch it and let it go. Now 2 near counts there.
He's one of the few that do that well, and like when it's done wrong, you can tell it's done wrong. He did that bump well. Uh, Bubba Dudley always did it well in his own style because he just kind of like face planted. There was no, he just stopped dead and then just fell.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn did an interesting variation where he would drop to his knees and then flare bump.
I like the exaggeration bumps. I know they're silly and stupid, but they're
Well, in the right context, they're what they're what kind of makes things entertaining. You wouldn't want to, say in the main event tonight, you wouldn't want Mankind flare flopping on you.
Mr. Perfect?
Mr. Perfect. Now, what does he have his eyes on, do you think?
The girl?
Could be. Could very well be.
He's going right for the lady. Yeah.
Yes, he is. This is what he was doing. Let's just see how blatant that was. Like, come here, how are you doing? This is what he was doing at the time to mess with Triple H.
Taking his woman?
Yep, he'd come down and escort to the back.
If he was still here, I don't think he'd want the one he has now.
He made the mistake of being around Steve Austin. You're going to get some...
Was he?
Well, you just saw it. You get Perfect dander up, and then he leaves with the girl.
Uh-oh, going for the pedigree.
He now just then noticed that Perfect is standing there going, he should have, like, where's my cue? He should have come after me by now. I think there was some miscommunication there.
Uh-oh. Bump on the concrete?
Of course. We got to get one of those in here.
Ooh.
There's just no way for that to feel good.
Not at all.
I don't know if it's worse to take a suplex on the concrete or to give one, because you're both taking the bump. But if you're taking a suplex, there's always the risk that you can get your foot caught underneath you as you come over.
Ooh, pedigree on the outside? We need more of this.
I like Trips might be the last guy to take those.
Someone's blowing you up.
Yeah. So not everyone respects the on-air light. It's a damn shame.
Sad.
I sat out. Nope, I got it. I got that.
Stunner.
No kick, just a quick stunner. That was literally out of nowhere.
Hey. Holy crap! Chuck Norris was there.
I was gonna say I thought it was Jesus, but I mean that same thing.
Chuck Norris, Jesus, yeah.
So yeah, believe that or not, again, just think, a couple of years from now, these two would have one of the biggest feuds in the business. I would go for several years, and that was one of their first pay per view encounters.
Two good workers.
I just think it's always cool to kind of see where
Where
guys
stuff
like that
where
start.
stuff began.
Apparently, it begins with drooling all over yourself. A recap of the tag team the Smoking Guns won the tag team titles back several months ago.
Oh my gosh. All right. Hang on 1 second.
And how Sonny kind of started to split the now. Yeah, well, I talked about this match in my review of 1996. That's the Beating Hearst Chronicles 2, and how Sonny became the friction point that started to split this team up, and then they got back at it. And now what we have after a couple of months and losing the tag team titles, we have the Smoking Guns returning to challenge Owen and the Bulldog, a team that I enjoyed. Honestly, I enjoyed Owen and the Bulldog. I enjoyed Owen and Yokozuna. I enjoyed Owen, a lot of Owen, all the Owen Hart I could take. Big fan. It would be useful. I could. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. I have closed captioning derp. I could actually figure out what's being said. I don't need to. There we go. Much better. Sorry. It does in fact help to be able to hear some of the commentary. Let's not lie, but because of my setup, I have to say everything muted. So here we go. Smoking Guns, if you are unfamiliar, multiple time tag team champions at this point. And this right here, if you don't recognize, I forgot that they're still under the tutelage of Clarence Mason. Weirdly enough, after having their contract bought out by an injured or being let go by an injured Jim Cornette. Originally, both men, of course, members of Camp Cornette with Peter, in a way to sort of start to write Jim off of television. At that point, and he could go back to concentrating on a backstage role in the company. Sorry, to make sure I get that correctly. The Slammy Award-winning King of Hearts, Owen Hart. And here we go. Once again, two teams that should have that on paper seems like they would work well together for very competent workers. Say what you may want about Billy Gunn and all the quote potential he has lived on his career and such. He's a talented athlete, certainly. By no means a bad worker. You love when you grab the hair to keep the headlock going. Because it looks like you messed up, and then you realize he's still holding on to the hair. There we go.
Sorry, it's no fail. I don't know if she's got some kind of internal clock that knows when I'm streaming. Every time. Every time. Oh.
And yeah, oddly enough, getting the benefit or getting the better of Owen Hart here.
Is Billy Gunn kind of sporting a bowl cut almost?
Something like that. I don't know if you were to go almost a bull mullet, like
a bullet, a bullet,
the
drop,
beginnings of a mullet. I don't
little
know.
Drop toe hold there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did tag him, didn't I? Yeah, you did.
Oh.
No one makes a wishbone anymore, I've noticed.
You know, Bulldog's supposed to be going into the Hall of Fame this season.
So he will go in 2021, as we talked about on the show on Sunday.
Yes.
As once again, it's something else they want to do with when they can do with people, and I don't know when they're going to be able to do people again.
Sadly, I don't think it's going to be next year.
I don't think we're going to have WrestleMania in the big stadium, or if we do, it'll be very limited people. It will not be 90,000 in the new stadium in LA.
Unless they do it in a Thunderdome.
Even
WrestleMania. That. Hello, Sonny.
Yep. So I can only imagine how lecherous King will be every time they cut back to Sonny, as he was wont to be. Although they still make him be relatively clean while being lecherous at this point. He's not screaming about puppies yet.
Bulldog up. Out.
Caught him in midair. Everyone kind of forgets that, Bulldog was more than just the power guy. He could work.
Oh, yeah.
And even being that size, he could sell. Picture perfect. Missile drop kick there.
Who's the manager? Is that Slick?
Not even close.
I couldn't tell.
Clarence Mason.
Mason, right? Okay. I kept getting a half of a second of a glimpse.
Do all black managers look like Slick to you?
I knew that was what you were going with. I knew that's where you were gonna go.
Yeah, when you open the door,
step on in. Just wink at me.
Yep.
Dan, you need a cold shower?
The thing about it is, I don't think it went this whole thing was sunny after they spent this whole thing. I don't remember it really going anywhere.
No?
I don't remember it really, like, there was no payoff afterwards. It wasn't long before the team split up and Billy became Rockabilly under the tutelage of the Honky Tonk Man.
Was this pre-drug use, Billy?
I mean, it all depends on which drug you're talking about. Is this before the gas? Clearly. I say that's just that little thing. I love that. The one guy came over and said the two guys on the outside of the ring in the tag match are talking, are going back and forth and jaw jacking.
I love it. But at this point, he would never think about doing something like Billy and Chuck.
You say that, but then our next match features Goldust in early Goldust form.
The yellow and white outfit.
Oh, I mean, all out. Like,
he used to take the robe and rub his crotch with his robe, straddle the ropes and lick the ropes.
It only lasted so long, and they eventually significantly toned it down. I'm sure they had enough heat, and at the same time, he probably was able to then do a few more interesting things with the character instead of just play the homophobia card.
I think my favorite Goldust is Stuttering Goldust.
No.
I'm kidding, but it's funny.
I don't know. Steve Irwin Goldust was pretty great. Actually, anything that he and Booker did after they got rid of the stupid the stuttering thing was pretty great.
Did you just stutter on purpose?
No. Everything they did, they were just great as a team.
Yeah, they're gold, man.
Literally.
Highly surprising to have a move called the golden shower.
That they definitely would not have let that one go.
Well, they got rid of the Golden Globes, or Final Cut, or whatever it's called, where he straddles them on the ropes.
Shattered Dreams.
Shattered Dreams, sorry.
I don't know why you get rid of that. That was great. Now, yes, technically illegal, and you had to do something to distract the Bulldog. You're like
I love it.
How did Bart not feel the fact that he had someone had him by the pants? And he didn't even notice that he had someone grabbing him by the back of the pants.
Right behind him.
So the finish had some interesting
What was that?
The finisher had some, interesting issues, but beyond that. And here we go. We continue Sonny's infatuation, and now these two continue the dissolution of the team.
How good was Owen?
Just incredible. Poor Bart, if you thought having to deal with that was one thing, give it about 18 months and you're going to get starched by Butterbean and have your career in this country pretty much ended.
Yep.
There's a blast to go back to when they had the Superstar line and the winners and losers would all end up on the superstar
I
line.
love it. God,
I love that they don't take these things out. I love that they don't try to edit their way around them when they
please
rebroadcast.
bring that back.
I don't know what I mean. No one makes a phone call for $2 a minute anymore. I think JR has since walked off the job here, so there's a thing.
Nope.
Oh no, he's in the ring. Okay. And now everyone else in the building is actually going to figure out what the hell's been going on for the past 25 minutes, and
Yeah.
meh.
Oh.
He's telling everybody that
But Bret Hart's coming back.
bringing Bret Hart back. And this is October, and if I remember correctly, he still hasn't been seen since WrestleMania.
Get the flag on that.
Now he just turned around away from me. Is it a hexagon on the mic flag?
Yeah.
Screw that. Get a load of that mullet to Vince's left.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they'll definitely. Yeah, there you go. That is.
I want my mullet back.
That is an impressive mullet. Yeah, good catch, Vince.
Poor old JR. Good old JR.
Bit of a shoot work, if you will, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And see how that works when they do promo segments and pay-per-views? How that was 2 minutes done and done?
What the hell?
Yeah. That was what Ron Simmons was doing when he first came over to the WWF. He went from that to the Nation of Domination.
And finally now. Damn.
And now he's a one-word catchphrase. He definitely deserves to be remembered for being better than that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
That god-awful hat, and then damn. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the fact that at random points during Ahmed's pay-per-view, all you see is indistinct. Like you're not wrong.
Fruit got his butt whooped.
You happen to have it there at 2x4.
There goes Mr. Perfect. Can't forget that music. Uh-oh. It's coming back to escort Vince back?
I mean, good luck. Although it does make sense if I believe he will join the boys on color commentary for the Intercontinental Championship match.
No.
Care to join us? Yeah, I don't think you have a choice. People know I'm out here. I don't.
Yeah, there he is. That Luna with him?
No, you're still. It's also Rain and Gold Dust. That's Marlena.
That's right.
I said that's bizarre. After all, remember he's he's the weird one.
She's smoking a cigar on the way out.
Of course.
Is this still the same Gold Dust that threw the wig at the camera?
I don't know. He definitely will throw the wig.
It's a big adjustment on the screen to go from that shot to this.
Right. I was waiting for the Mrs. Lesnar comments as well. It's a dramatic adjustment from what you think of Sable right now to nearly 20 years ago before.
That's right. She's married to Brock. Speaking of Brock, we're not going to have another podcast for a little bit, but Brock is contract ending, expiring, not coming to terms. Who knows where he's going to end up? I don't think he's going to AEW.
He's gonna when people are allowed back in the arena, he's gonna re-sign for the WWE for 6 matches a year at a fuck ton of money. Because why not? He's not going to AEW. They're not going to put money in there. He could, but he's not going back to the UFC because he, in his recent fights, realizes his brand could be extremely damaged if he goes back there. Ask Ronda how that works.
Yeah. Man, his music sounds very familiar.
I don't know if it got reused or not. Oh,
sounds like
it's the same thing Sable would go on to use for years after he was done. They were done, and then she would be out with the company.
Sounds almost like the cadence and the beat of the Brood. When the music hits for the Brood, not that real scary, creepy stuff at the beginning, but when the music hits, it's kind of got the same cadence.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, possibly. You just have Brood on the brain.
What was that?
You just have Brood on the brain.
Yeah, probably.
That classic. See what an Intercontinental Championship belt is supposed to look like.
Not what it is now.
Not the whatever the hell it is, the sundial it is now.
That now there's 2 champions, I guess.
Yeah.
Doing that bullcrap.
We chance to talk about that. And unless they have a ladder match, it's not as fun. The loosest arm drag I think I've ever seen. Okay.
Hmm? Now, how far away was this encounter with the Piper?
That one back at WrestleMania 12, right, back in March of this year.
Okay.
And the whole reason, and if we could to go backwards, as it wasn't explained, the whole reason that we were getting promos and stuff from Farouk and Ahmed Johnson was Farouk was supposed to be Mark Merrill's challenger here. Obviously, Ahmed Johnson in a 2x4 changed that, which is so. Now that's the storyline is that Mark Merrill was going into this match with so little notice that he's having to wrestle Goldust, and Goldust has given him all the offense.
Oh yeah.
Which I mean, sort of kills the uncertainty, saying, "Oh, I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming, but I'm still going to beat him like crazy for the first couple minutes of this match."
Now, who walked out with Marrow?
Sable.
Oh, sorry. I meant that's not. I meant Goldust. Sorry.
That's Terry.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Known as Marlene at that point. It would still be another year or so before it would make it publicly known that they were married at the time.
Though she's got a director's chair she's sitting in.
Right? They did. I said they went for it. They went for it when they were going to do the movie, the Starlet and his director.
Oh, spit in the face.
What a dastardly thing to do.
God,
Sable sold it better than
how
Marrow, apparently.
horrible.
Oh, and that's apparently all it took. All I needed to get him to off his game and such. Lucha Goldust.
Oh, big clothesline. Goldust takes a powder.
Oh, wow. That's that right there, by the way. No thank you, never. That Jesus. First off, he did that, and I believe that's the dive that hurt him literally hit his knee multiple times. But if you don't get your legs, there's no other way to put it. If you don't spread your legs apart far enough, um, man, there's a way there's an easy way to break someone's neck.
Oh yeah.
Flip out of the neck and drop a leg on them.
Okay, here we go. Let's see it. Oh.
And yes, he landed with his knee underneath him. Yep. That'll stretch all the hammies out and such.
Oh.
On the chokes, he's kind of grabbed him and just kind of
Slammed him down.
I'm not done. I'm done here.
Oh, don't put his eye on us. Oh, sorry, wrong match.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Even during these dark days of the Federation, they didn't do shit that stupid.
Good clothesline. 2 count.
I mean, that's what Dustin does. He's good.
I think Dustin deserved to have a title run.
Would you really put the belt on Goldust?
I would have.
And think about that. And in lieu of Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Mankind. Like, it's not meant at all to degrade Dustin. It's just, is he a main eventer comparatively?
Yeah. It's the problem with the face paint. Stuff comes off really easy when you're...
Oh yeah, I mean, right off the bat, like Mero had a big gold streak right down his shoulder, like right after they locked up.
Yeah.
You know, meh match so far.
Pretty much.
It's all right, not bad. They had everything out there. It's not bad. And a 1 count. Wait, a 1 count. That's what I think of your comeback, apparently. Wait, what?
Something about sticking his tongue down their throat.
I mean, 96 was a really, really, really different time. That's how you could play that homophobia card like that. WWE's don't ask, don't tell policy. God damn.
Whoa. That was a good move. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great. That moonsault's pretty good, and it has a nice bit of flash, as well as being stupidly difficult to pull off.
Yeah.
That, by the way, would have been the final cut.
Yeah.
Gets out of the prawn roll. And then right in front of those two guys that have been messing with everyone tonight. Just, one guy starts rubbing Goldust back. What the heck? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
This referee's absolutely doing nothing.
Well, that's why he went down there, so he didn't have to count. So he could get all that stuff down.
Oh, here comes Hunter.
Now we have a cluster. and a couple different, you know. And right there in front, I was like, nope, out. Terry's just kind of, nope. This one has nothing to do with me.
Oh.
I don't think it's fair to say Goldust knocked out. He stood up almost immediately after taking a shot in the mouth, but okay, sure.
Oh.
That's right. That's another thing. After the knee injuries, this move left, but beforehand.
Nice.
Suck it, Billy Kidman. What is up with Perfect? Try to mentor Mark Marrow at this point. It's okay. Give it 2 weeks. He'd turn on him. Don't worry about it. They realized Perfect didn't really work as a face.
No. Please have that belt back.
Right? Please, just like, oh, it's just not good. It's just not good.
That America Online. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. 1996. As Kane looms over JR.
As what?
I said as Kane looms over JR.
Oh, that's right. It was Kane, wasn't it?
That's right.
Fake Diesel.
Glenn Jacobs was the fake Diesel.
Oh, here we go. Psycho Sid Invader.
The Battle of the Powerbomb.
It's time. It's time.
I think anybody actually expected Vader or Sid to be powerbombed. It's just the two guys that used power bombs.
With Cornette with his tennis racket.
Well, yeah. He's doing his promo while Vader just destroys property in the background.
Can we bring back that kind of footage? Inverse colored and
Flipped and jarred. Yeah.
he's a Star Trek fan, I guess.
And of course, we've got to get Sean into the pay-per-view because he's not on it. So
Who's got the worst one? Jesus Christ. He's gonna go through you like X-Lax and a widowed woman. What?
not even the line I'd expect him to go with. Like you know what through a goose.
Yeah. There's Sid.
So yeah, this is a number 1 contenders match. Winner gets Sean at the Survivor Series in about 3 weeks. And we all know how this. It's also, again, speaking of weird, it's just weird to see fans embracing Sid for now.
Everyone loves Sid.
Everyone wants to fist bump the ruler and the master of the world.
No, it doesn't. You are right, King. Sid's elevator doesn't go all the way up to the top floor.
That was just his softball acumen that went all the way up.
Now let's think. How would WWF at this time react to what's going on in our world now? Do you think it's Vader time? Sorry. Do you think they would have folded?
It would have been, actually, probably. I mean, let's be honest, because as we may have mentioned before, I can guarantee you that things uh, relied a lot heavier on live events than they do now.
Yeah.
So they needed revenue to come from the live events, and they were in trouble. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, this is the beginning of the turnaround, but they were still not. I mean, they were still getting their ass kicked on Monday nights. So that would have been devastating. It's an interesting thought, but
And you got to think about like, how would have they reacted back in the third, like how would things have happened if it wasn't like the technology we had now? That's what's going through my mind.
I mean, they probably tried to done the same thing and tried to run empty arena shows, but they would not have had. They certainly would not have the monetary resources that they do now.
No. Oh, here comes HBK.
Because of course he is. I am sure it makes sense for him to sit out there while his next challenger is decided, but he has to come out last in this match, so the other two have to stop and hold up and do a stare down while he comes in and does his whole fucking entrance. Yeah, that'll change real fast. You almost knew after SummerSlam that wasn't going to happen again.
Chuck Cornette. Here's a little trivia that you'll probably get really quickly. One of these two men was in an episode of Boy Meets World. Which one was it?
Vader was in multiple episodes.
Was it
actually.
multiple? Okay.
He would the episode, and then he would reprise the character a couple more times before the series ended. Oh yeah, no, I was already there. As we know, one of our other talents in the network would be able to tell you exactly what episodes he was in because he is that much of a fan of the show.
In the Terabang Network?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start doing that one. There's Dick right to the face.
Oh.
That just.
Hey, let me just place this on top of your head.
I'm sure that's when you went out there. The last thing you thought, like, I'm gonna get teabagged tonight. That's what tonight's gonna happen. I'm gonna get teabagged.
Oh.
And legitimately, if Vader is teabagging you, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do?
It's time. It's time for my nuts on your face. Oh. Look how his tag is sticking out the back of his singlet.
Is it?
Something is.
I can't. I didn't think you could get singlets in his size off the rack. There's something in. Yeah, there's like a random.
Hit the man in the back with a solid steel tennis racket.
I don't think. I don't think it's the old gimmicked one where he put a horseshoe in there. And as you'll notice, and if you hear him explain some of the stuff from back in the day, he hit the flat of the racket right into the back.
Yeah.
When he turned it onto the edge, swinging on the edge was for hitting marks.
Oh. Count to 7. Count to 8.
He'd technically get back in the ring, but rules is rules and such.
It is what it is.
I'm sorry, what now?
What was that?
First and foremost, that was a 6'10", 6'11" guy doing a sunset flip over the top rope into the sit on his chest spot.
Oh.
Hey, he's got to chop down the tree. There you go.
Someone wants to hang out.
Apparently not.
I guess not. Jesus, dog. Fine. Don't want to hang out? Go then. Jesus.
Oh, God.
What the hell is wrong with you? This dog's killing me. You just went out.
That couldn't have been safe. Just stick your leg up there and hope that you don't hurt it. As we know,
What was that?
I'm going to catch your foot early. Now, we
Caught
know
it
what
and fell back.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what happens when you go to the air? Oh, wow. That actually is impressive. And then sack potatoes.
Potato.
Because you know what would have happened if you would have gone for a kick. Snap.
Oof. Get kicked out, Vader. Try again.
I mean, barely.
Powerbomb him. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
This is the battle of the power bombs. Maybe even just get a tease, like we know. Is it the power? Is it the no? Neither. I thought he'd say he was gonna go for the Vader bomb. Gonna go for the moon stall? No. Let's go for something else.
Little
God.
splash. Oh, picked him up on 2. So I'm not done torturing him.
What are you doing, big man? No. Take that, Jimmy.
It's going back up top.
Here we go. He seems a bit farther out there. Oh. There was realistically, you wouldn't want to put your knees up to protect yourself. You're just going to get your patella broken at that point. Well, then powerbomb him, man.
Pick him up and slam him. Vader just put himself right there perfectly.
Yeah, he really just, he did. He's just like, I gotta get this out. He even teased it finally here.
Well, Cornette's hurting.
Bit of rope to the dick. That was barely a kick. Put a toe right in the thigh. And
Nice.
here we go.
That's a dick punch city there.
He gave him the old up and under. There's a lot of dick related things in this match. Speaking of putting your head right where you're supposed to, there's Sid putting himself right into Vader's crotch. We actually going to get a power. Okay, finally teasing a powerbomb spot. That's what this match was supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong. The physics of that aren't going to work. That's
Or choke slam.
There
it is.
Now, while not as horrid as Hulk Hogan taking the Undertaker's choke slam, not one of the best choke slams ever.
No.
Sid would go through to the Survivor Series in New York, win the title, then and so on. That's when he racked Shawn with the camera. Then they go to San Antonio at the Royal Rumble. Shawn racks him with the camera, and we have a nice little exchange as a way of covering up the fact that the program with Vader that they were supposed to have did not happen because someone couldn't take Vader's style of work. To hear the full story behind all of that, I do suggest looking it up on YouTube. And actually, Jim Cornette does a watch along of the SummerSlam match between Michaels and Vader, and explains all of the backstage politics that were working against Leon at the time. And,
yeah.
It's an interesting story. It's unfortunate because actually the way it was laid out initially would have been a much better story, I think. These friends for now. He's already turned on you once there, Shawn, so sure, you can trust him again.
All right, hang on.
Good timing, I guess, is we're just going to wait for the main event.
Damn dog. I love her.
And we will, here's, as a matter of fact, speaking of the Survivor Series itself, and there's an interesting bit, at least this year, they did the Hall of Fame at Survivor Series. Obviously, now it's been moved to WrestleMania in the normal years. The first one, actually, if I want to remember, the first one or two were at the King of the Ring. And the first one in '93, just being Andre, who's the only lone inductee in the first class. But that's neither here nor there. We get ready for the Buried Alive match. The Undertaker and Mankind have brawled all over the place. They have had matches. They have had title matches. Oh no, not yet. I'm sorry. That's next year they've done that. But they've already had a boiler room brawl. And this is the next for these two, the next logical step. Wow, look at that. That says all you need to know about what kind of era that was before.
What?
Look at the screen.
I love how the font is basically like almost our font for our logo. That said phone number not active anymore.
All right.
Who wants this question, little man?
I didn't even need to hear it. I saw it. Sid had a thing with some live promos. What can I say?
I love the one line of it. I am half the man that you are.
You are half the man I am, and I've got half the brain that you've got.
I love it.
He says that was told. He was told to say that now, which is exactly what I would say if I had said something that stupid on national television.
Pardon me. Now, what do you know about the logistics of this match?
Well, thanks to everything that that Mick had explained actually in this recent video on YouTube, his interview. That is a legit 6-foot hole in the arena covered in dirt, and obviously there's actually a compartment in there that eventually Taker would slide into. Well, what it would be, I guess, as he said, at a certain point there would be a thing where it would a certain point in the grave he would slide it closed, and then they'd finish burying it on top of that
Gotcha.
area because you're not so there's legitimately not all that weight of dirt underneath there, and there was like an oxygen tank, a compartment with an oxygen tank, and you kind of slide to the one side and out of the grave.
Gotcha.
If you've seen a buried alive match since this, you will notice that there is no heavy equipment around the grave.
Not like
And
nowadays.
this match is why, as you will see when we get to that point, because logistically it takes quite a bit of dirt to fill a 6-foot hole in the ground.
Yeah.
So, and then once you've worked a 20-minute match, you may not have as much to go to be able to
Shovel that much dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this the main event?
This is your main event.
Oh, wow. That went quick.
Told you. This is a 5-match, a 5-match pay-per-view card. And ironically enough, Goldust would pull double duty and compete in a title match with Shawn Michaels. That was the in-arena main event that we wouldn't see.
Gotcha.
And the aforementioned New Rockers taking on the Godwins right after this match in the arena.
And you will rest in peace.
This is the weird thing to think about, really, because this was the one match that had this full tonight that had a full produced package and everything. When we came off of Payback, where every match gets this 1.5 to 3 minute produced package.
Yeah.
That tombstone, I guess, is still somewhere in the warehouse.
Yes, it is.
It had a prominent point of display, actually, somewhere.
So Paul Bearer is with Mankind in this?
Paul Bearer's with Mankind after turning on The Undertaker back at SummerSlam. In the ballroom brawl? No, that's a ballroom blitz. That was a boiler room brawl we're thinking of here.
Ballroom blitz. Nice.
That's a hell of a confusion there, right?
That is.
Yeah. Since then he's been with Paul Bearer, and obviously Bearer still holding on to the urn. So. The bulbous. Yeah, it was before his. Yikes.
Gave him the run upside down.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Another one of those. As soon as you hear that music, you pop.
Oh, absolutely. That's a whole other story.
One thing I never got to witness live.
Yeah, I don't think Taker was at the either the pay per view or the Raw I was at, so I did not get that either. Well, yeah, actually, I think about it, he wouldn't have been at that point. He was still a SmackDown superstar.
Well, I miss the purple gloves.
Well, he's not wearing any gloves.
I thought you had purple gloves on.
Oh, well, I mean now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
I think it's raining in here. Probably at this point.
What's that?
Yeah, purple gloves and boots.
Wonder if he still has those.
I'm sure. And someone didn't turn the fan on, so we're gonna be smoked out for the first few minutes here.
Damn it, Steve! Turn the fan on!
I mean, you'd laugh, but in a building that size, it's kind of what you have to have is a pretty. See, it didn't take very long.
Alright, it's going. Like a Willie Nelson concert.
He probably wasn't doing the on those yet. It probably wasn't quite. Oh God!
Right in the back of the head.
That right there is why they say don't try this at home. Jesus. How often do you see that?
Not often.
And Mick actually caught him. Well, there you go. Never seen that in my life. Not from the corner like that. Jesus. Whoop, great. Whoop.
User entered your channel.
Sorry about that.
As they're saying, it was already this legit grave that they built the structure for and all this stuff. And
Disconnected.
Close that out. Going right in the grave?
I mean, I don't know. No.
What the hell was that?
Small package. Duh.
It's a rolling
To
small
roll-
package.
Yes, this is to roll down the hill.
This is worse than the Boiler Room Brawl. Not a ballroom blitz.
Not a ballroom blitz. That would have been an interesting match, though.
This Sunday at SummerSlam, the Ballroom Blitz.
Oh, yeah. and he even took the stairs harder than he had to.
He's a wild man.
You danger man. No, you danger man. Okay, cameraman just creeping on that girl. All right.
So is King.
That sounds about right. Told you he wasn't as blatant about it, but he was still creepy as all hell. She also looked underage, so then again, allegedly right up his alley. I didn't say it. Doug Gilbert did. Look that one up. Oh. This is another one of those things that kind of surprised me. They did not let their people go into the crowd.
Really?
Like, no. And look at the times. There's no security guys. Well, they didn't do it very. Didn't have to do it for very long. If there's no security around there, they're not worried about.
Nice.
Jeez. The security guy barely even gave a damn. He just got up and got out the way. You try that today, and people would just come rushing in.
Oh.
Just look at that.
Right.
Just
Man can fly.
back in the day, clearing it with ease. I believe. Oh, okay. Never mind. We're gonna go old school here. Now this is old school, like, but it was actually like legit.
It was new school then.
It was current school.
Let's try to look at the taker if this was pre his first wife.
That timeline I do not know.
If you look at, if you watch his neck, he got a tattoo that says Sarah.
Yes. Yeah.
Which then he covered up.
But okay, as I said, you can kind of see his neck area here. It's not he's not buttoned all the way up, so.
Just trying to find a good angle. It's like a mixed squeal like a stuffed pig.
Have to be bleeding like a stuffed pig, but I see where you're going with that.
Screeching. Nope. No tattoo.
No, nothing there. He has nothing in that area. He's relatively clean at this point, so to speak.
Yeah, I think he doesn't. Whoever wins, aren't they like just like laying like running against the dirt trying to shove it in?
That's the thing that happened, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for everything that this has just been a fight.
Has he got a pen?
Something. Popsicle stick. Let's go with pen. So it looks like Bear just took it out of his pocket. It's wrapped in tape, whatever it is.
Oh, it is Earl Hebner.
Yeah, it's back off
Crowd
of
is
that.
chanting, "Make him bleed."
Yeah, there's no. That is one thing to remember. There's still no blood at this point. So unless they hard way, unless somebody gets hit, gets cut with whatever they're doing out. Oh, that looked really bad.
Yeah.
There won't be any. There will be no blade jobs here.
Oh. Ooh. Taker can fly.
There's that clothesline.
Oh, he's got the bear.
He's got some free time. And never mind.
That chair was already used.
Again, why are there just random chairs under the ring?
Everything's under the ring.
But the stuff that makes sense under the ring is fine. And no, never mind. Saw that coming. Kick you in the knee.
Oh, I love it. God, rest in peace, Paul Bear.
He just had the greatest facial expression.
Exactly, that face. What the making out with the damn chair.
He has a special relationship when it comes to steel implements. What can you say? Things would get weird. Things would get weird.
Mick never really was a agile runner.
No. And if you look at him, he looks svelte here. So as I say, if you point that out, he's got to be like only 250 maybe here.
Yeah.
Taker is in. Never mind.
I was trying to look at the size of the dirt to see if you could see where that door is, and I think I see it.
Looks like there's like a change in coloration, but part of the fact they didn't need to be didn't have to be. Oh, right. Well, yeah, obviously dirt in the eyes. They didn't need to be that discreet about it is because they weren't going to film directly into it, and it wasn't going to be well enough lit that you could really make it out.
Yeah.
So, oof. Never mind. That was her. I would just tease it again.
Back to the ring.
I'll go back to the ring.
Oof.
See, that again couldn't have felt good. Just get thrown down the hill like that.
Oh.
Just that pulling pile driver.
Ripping his hair out.
It is a miracle that Mick has any right now to begin with.
Man's a psychopath.
He's crazy. Double arm DDT into the chair. There it is. That will not be legal in 5 days' time when Jon Moxley defends the AEW World Title against MJF.
What was that? Sorry. You cut out for me.
It's gone now.
You were a little garbled audio in my ear. I think my headphones are going bad.
No, check your connector.
There is no connector.
Oh, well then, yeah, okay.
It's plugged straight into the computer.
Oh, God. Like, he didn't put his hand up underneath there.
Mick's a psycho, man.
He just has this thing where he can do and somehow still, like, exist. I don't know. Like, okay, good, we got a full. I mean, there's no hand. There's no hand. He had to completely trust Taker to not drop his full weight across the chair, but still make it look good. Yeah, we know this isn't going to go well.
Not at all.
Oh, Jesus.
It hurts me.
He just backed up and sat on his fucking head. Like, it looked like he was literally trying to pull Mankind's mask out of his butt crack there. And here's Mick, still up there. Why won't you die?
Still kicking, man.
Oh.
Go back again with the stairs.
Oh, God. Like, just like, three dropping him across Mick's body. Like, just, you don't... When you let it go, you lose a little bit of the control. Good God.
Tombstone.
And down you go.
King said... everybody said, never mind. I think he said Earthquake is probably not one to watch. It has probably turned it off. I don't know what that meant.
Earthquake.
I may have misheard. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Paul? Help your guy out.
I was just saying, you're far enough back, you might want to try and do something there. Mankind looks like he's kind of in trouble here.
Use that urn.
The ref will run back.
Hmm?
Hebner will get back there.
Oh, he's got the mandible claw.
As of course he does. As we said before, why won't you die? There's the urn. Oh, God.
Damn.
I'm guessing the air is at the bottom of the grave. You see how Mick immediately rolled away to the other side and is now having all the dirt on it dropped on his head.
Yeah.
My guess is the oxygen mask was down there.
And there's your final view, and now he'll go into his little... Oh, no.
Well, he's not buried. I mean, that's the other thing is you'll notice that they did... they're trying to declare him the winner. Okay. He's not really buried, though. Get out of here, Hebner. Who'd you ever beat? So, we sit here until then.
Who is that?
Until the executioner breaks a shovel over the head of the Undertaker. You see the hose? See the hose?
Uh-uh.
There's a hose sort of disguised as a root.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. No, that's actually Terry Gordy underneath that mask. And unfortunately, he kind of got it's a terrible freaking gimmick, and I think it was only stuck around for about 2-3 months.
So it must be 2 oxygen tanks down there.
Possibly. Remember, we said at some point and the lights. The lights are going dark as at some point the Undertaker will close that when the camera gets the hell off of him, will close that lid, so to speak, give himself a chance to get out.
I think the camera just started to pan down. They realized he was doing it.
Right. So now we're focusing there on there, and it's not meaning to kill the magic, but that's also why you're getting the lightning effect. So it's essentially covered between the camera and there it was. So now Undertaker is in the grave and safe. While they continue to pile all this dirt, there's Mankind just shoving the top of the pile to shove as much of it as they can. And at some point, someone goes, "We got to get him some help. He could be out there forever." So, there goes Triple H. There goes Goldust. There goes Crush. Ready for the other one? There goes Bradshaw. Long-haired dude in the duster. That's Bradshaw.
Yeah.
And so all these random heels go finish the job. And it took the 5 of them. 6 of them.
Goldust is just kicking the dirt in.
Just try to kick anything in. Like, get fill this thing. That's why there's a backhoe full of dirt at all the subsequent Buried Alive matches, because they figured it out. That it was too laborious and it wasn't going to work to do it the rest of the way through. I love you see every once in a while you'll see something come flying in, like the crowd still gave it enough of a shit. They're raining there you go. They're raining garbage at the grave as these guys are burying the Undertaker.
A big old glass of milk, it looked like.
Yeah, there's a drink cup come flying out of nowhere. They are pissed. That one landed in the grave. There's a Coke cup in there. Okay, so they're throwing because they're pissed, or now it's just a target game.
Yeah, now it's just like, can we get it in the grave?
Can we throw something in the grave?
Can I throw something onto the Undertaker?
And it
all the way to the top. Oh, yes. God, iconic. He's iconic.
And like I said, I don't know who at a certain point just says, "Guys, that's it." Like, there's no like, we can't. We're running out of time here. There's Mick just trying to shovel everything he can into
like a dog. Like a dog.
Yep.
Come on, JBL. Put some back into it. Oh, grave cam.
Okay. Like, you figure they'd have one inside at some point.
Evening it out. You know, right now Vince is like, damn it. We didn't think it would take this long.
That's probably exactly what it is. I'm glad I just saw that because it's probably wrapping up. So, if you're giving this a miss and to watch later on because you wanted to see the main event of NXT, so Lisa, plug your ears. Do you want to know who the new NXT champion is?
Who is it? Who is it? All right, Lisa, if you're watching, we're going to give you 5 seconds. Let's see. We're on the flashback, so we're only going to give you a 5-second pause. So 5, 4, 3, 2, plug your ears. 1, the new NXT champion is?
Nobody.
What?
It's an Iron Man match. So as they'll come wrapping this match up, this match will end with a tie.
Oh, no one's pinned him?
No, just two guys will have the same number of falls.
Gotcha. That's right.
That will lead us to, there we go, finally. Everyone's cleared out, and now it's just the Executioner, Mankind, and Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer going to town to fill it up. It didn't even look like they have enough dirt in there to fill it. Mankind's in the grave. And then falls off the grave to finish the day. He's done for the night.
I don't think Lisa's watching.
No, so hopefully she'll have the main event DVR and watch that before she watches us. So
Oh, lightning! His hand come up through it?
I have a feeling that was a very special. How did you know? That's because it's an iconic site by now.
Yeah.
And as you'll notice, it came up in the grass between the tombstone and the grave. So
Yeah. He's in a little room.
It still a hell of a visual. That's also why, if you'll notice, there was no
There was no what?
You'll notice why Mankind wasn't using a shovel for a while, and then all of a sudden he had a shovel, and that's what hit the thing. So I think the shovel was kind of the
symbol. Hey, get ready.
Caught. Yeah, well, no, it was literally like the thing the lightning caught when it shot it down, whatever the special bit was. So, and that is In Your House Buried Alive.
That is
one of the better In Your House pay-per-views that they ever ran. And
I thought it was pretty well done. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's always fun to watch these older things, from back in the day.
Yeah, and it's nice to see something that is not as bad as we had before.
Yeah. So, but this is the final thing until we're back, and it looks like from what I think is going to go on, how things are going to go, is it looks like the 26th.
So we have another. Okay, so the 26th. Well, we're here. Should we just go ahead and pick something for the 26th so we don't have to think about it later?
The 26th will be our first podcast. That's when we'll be back. So we'll be back doing this on the 29th.
Okay. My statement still stands.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can. Let's see. Number.
Plus, we know without having to forget that we didn't pick anything.
1 through what?
1 through 39.
39. How about number 34?
Back down to number 34. All right. We will return to this era, as a matter of fact, actually. And I want to make sure. I should have opened this beforehand.
What are we looking for? I can look and tell you.
Well, I want to say we're looking at 1997. Yes.
What show?
Come on. Oh, not One Night Stand. Not One Night Stand. That's a whole other story. What we're looking for will be the pay-per-view. What emanated from Birmingham, England, September 20th, 1997. It's not One Night Stand. It is One Night Only.
One Night Only.
Your main event from that night would be the British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels for the European Championship.
All right. Well, that's what we got. That is for next time we do the flashback will be on the 29th. So in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks.
So next month, come back. We'll start in England, and we'll go from there.
So 29th of September, we will be back with another flashback. Our podcast will be back on the Saturday the 26th, and I think we'll have predictions that day as well.
We should. That should be the day before the Clash of Champions.
Yep, which is the 27th.
Did we decide, are we going to do all-out predictions just on Facebook?
We can.
Saturday night?
We can.
Let's wait until after tomorrow night just to make sure the card is set, and then our picks for All Out will be up there
by this weekend.
Let me see if I can continue my goal to be a 27 or 28-time champion 1 week at a time.
Because currently, I got my title back.
So we got to go back to history, but right now I think I have two. I'm either 2 or 3 in, so I got a little ways to go. I'm coming for your ass, Raven.
Yeah, screw you, Raven. Don't hurt me. Hurt him.
Yeah, please, to the personal. Big fan.
Big fan. So we'll do AEW. It'll be a official Facebook thing. Just it won't be live on the. But
basically, keep thine eyes on Facebook over the next couple weeks because you never know what might just pop up there.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Make sure you're following us on Facebook. Make sure you keep checking in every so often at thefinisherpodcast.com. See what kind of stuff could post up there while we're there. And we have this other thing. You definitely want to keep an eye out. Coming up in 16 days.
On the 17th. So watch out for that. So until then, we will see you guys on the 26th. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We love you guys. And we will see you then. I don't know if my computer would work.
Oh no, we're trapped. We're trapped online.
We're trapped. We're stuck forever. We're stuck forever. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. See ya.